Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, see if we can share the screen here. Share. Okay, December 1, here we are. Our first topic. Publisher's Desk, 2018, 5 suggestions to SBNRs. In recent decades, the group of individuals who identify themselves as spiritual but not religious, SBNR, has grown dramatically. In our July 2017 issue, author Lauren Valentino shared that 20% of people in the United States identify as SBNR. Among young people in the U.S., an amazing 62% consider themselves spiritual but not religious. Wikipedia offers a crisp definition, a life stance of spirituality that takes issue with organized religion as the sole or most valuable means of furthering spiritual growth. Spirituality places an emphasis upon the well-being of the mind, body, spirit, so holistic activities such as Tai Chi, Reiki, and yoga are common with the SBNR movement. Reasons for identifying as SBNR vary widely, but one common report is that the religion of one's family does not lead to experiencing higher consciousness. One's innate spirituality and oneness with God as omnipresent, loving consciousness. In fact, the born into religion may be overtly opposed to such pursuits. Therefore, when there is a profound personal interest in spirituality, it is logical to disassociate from such religions. The fact is, 19 million young Americans designated as SBNR adhere to beliefs and practices, often unknowingly, that resemble Hinduism. This should come as no surprise, considering the West's fascination with India's ancient teachings and the reality that in Hinduism there is virtually no division between religion and spirituality. Hinduism has its own growing group of young SBNRs. I have met quite a few, most in their 20s. Though they understand that Hinduism has many spiritual paths within it, they have decided not to participate in the religious ceremonies held in Hindu temples, as they see no value in doing so. They still hold dearly the desire to be a spiritual person. During satsang at a well-to-do home, a young man asked, "I don't enjoy attending the temple and therefore don't go. Is that all right?" I told him, yes, that is fine. I, like my guru, encourage Hindus to attend the temple once a week, but there are many good Hindus who do not do so. Temple worship is not the only way to pursue spirituality in our faith. Gurudeva gave a brilliant answer to this question. Hinduism is a religion more of experience than of doctrine. It prefers to say to its followers, this is the nature of truth, and these are the means by which that truth may be realized. Here are the traditions which have withstood time and proved most effective. Now you may test them in your own life, prove them to yourself. And we will help as we can. Hinduism will never say you must do or believe thusly or be condemned. No one gets condemned. It's good. 2, SBNR seriously aspiring to make spiritual progress in this lifetime by following the Hindu approach. I offer 5 suggestions. What would be your suggestions to SBNRs? Maybe you've given some already. Give you a minute. minute on this one. 5 suggestions I'm making. First suggestion: study existing spiritual literature. And another question: what is the benefit of studying existing spiritual literature? Common SBNR approach is to go it alone without studying what others have experienced in the past. I advise against this tactic. Spirituality is like any field of knowledge. We can make greater progress if we understand and benefit from what others have accomplished, rather than trying to figure out everything on our own. Delve deeply into the well of Hindu teachings, which my guru praised as follows. The storehouse of religious revelations in Hinduism cannot be reckoned. I know of its equal nowhere. It contains the entire system of yoga, of meditation and contemplation and self-realization. Nowhere else is there such an insightful revelation of the inner bodies of man, the subtle pranas and the chakras, or psychic centers within the nerve system. Inner states of superconsciousness are explored and mapped fully in Hinduism, from the clear white light to the sights and sounds, which flood the awakened inner consciousness of man. Ignoring these treasures would definitely limit the spiritual progress one could make. Second suggestion: choose one system and stick with it. What is the benefit of choosing one system and sticking with it? After studying the literature of spirituality, choose one system and follow it with determination. We can compare this to taking up Indian classical dance. 8 forms are broadly acknowledged: Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathakali, Satriya, Manipuri, and Mohiniyattam. For an aspiring dance student, the greatest progress would be made by choosing and pursuing one system rather than dabbling in 2, 3, or 4 at the same time. Third suggestion: study with a qualified teacher. What is the benefit of studying with a qualified teacher, is the question to you. When I am asked, is a guru necessary, I often reply by asking, do you need a teacher to learn to sing devotional songs? I then answer by saying anyone can learn to sing simple devotional bhajans without a teacher. However, if you want to master the more difficult Hindu classical songs, a teacher is definitely needed. By keeping a healthy diet, meditating, worshiping regularly, and reading scripture, you can make spiritual progress on your own. But if you want to maximize your progress in this lifetime, you need a teacher. Here are 5 benefits of having a guru. First, the guru provides encouragement to continue to strive and move forward, even through difficult times. As our guide, he helps us achieve more than we could otherwise. Simple point, but it's important. Like a parent for a younger child. A lot of what the parent does is just encouragement. Psychological times. Second, the guru helps us develop a spiritual self-concept. Whatever self-concept we bring to him, be it one of self-doubt or one of great pride, the guru helps us move beyond it and truly identify ourselves as a divine being. Very important. Third, by voicing the ancient truths, the guru provides personal living insights that surpass the understanding one acquires by reading books. In other words, Hinduism In Hinduism, listening to the teacher is more valuable than just reading what he wrote. Fourth, the Guru helps us improve our behavior through focusing on our weakest areas, as well as giving us guidelines as to how we should behave, how we should relate to the world. So there's a tendency not to focus on our weakest areas if we're alone. So the Guru makes sure that we improve the weak points. Fifth, to advanced students, he or she provides initiation called Diksha to quicken unfoldment and bring divine blessings into one's life. Fourth suggestion, practice daily. And the question to you, what is the benefit of daily practice? What is a one-word answer to the question, can you name the quality needed to become a good dancer? Everyone I know, everyone I ask knows the answer, practice. To become an excellent dancer, you must practice every day. The spiritual journey to moksha is the same. We must move forward through practice, daily practice, steady practice. I encourage everyone serious about the path to establish an altar in their home, ideally in a special room used only for sacred activities. Make this your refuge, a portal to the within of yourself, your place for spiritual reading, chanting, singing, japa, meditation, and puja. Hold a vigil every day, even if it is just 10 minutes. An ideal session is half an hour, and early morning is the best time. Fifth and last suggestion, cultivate devotion. What is the benefit of cultivating devotion? For those uncomfortable with the idea of religion, I would say it is important to distinguish between religion in the sense of traditional ceremonies held in a temple, church, or other religious building, and the concept of religiosity, which is one's personal devotion to the divine, however you define that holiness. In the broadest sense, devotion is a deep reverence for everything that exists, an abiding appreciation, veneration, and awe. Gurudeva explained, when you have the energy of bhakti, of love, flowing through your body, meditation is easy. The bhakti experience takes the pranas into the higher chakras from the lower chakras. Devotion plays an important role in many systems of spiritual discipline. For example, in Patanjali's classical yoga, cultivating devotion to God, called Ishvara Pranidhana, plays a vital role in overcoming wrong cognitions, achieving the deepest level of meditation. In Hinduism, devotion to God can be cultivated privately at home through singing, chanting, and devotional ceremonies. It can also be strengthened by sharing these activities with other devotees. There is no requirement that these practices be done in a temple. Conclusion. The challenge for the SBNR is to make significant spiritual progress without traditional guidelines. The key is to craft your own systematic approach based on a proven spiritual path. And remember, enjoy the journey. Second topic, 64 character qualities from our workbook. We're doing forgiveness. For those who remember, we did frugality last time, so somehow forgiveness got out of order in the slides. So, catching up forgiveness. How would you define forgiveness? Workbook gives this definition. Forgiveness means pardoning injuries or offenses. I practice forgiveness when I pardon, accept, or overlook the offenses, mistakes, or faults of others. The opposite is mercilessness. It's an uncommon word. Mercilessness. If others harm you in thought, word, or deed, says Gurudeva, do not resent it. Rather, let it awaken compassion, kindness, and forgiveness. Use it as a mirror to view your own frailties. Then work diligently to bring your own thoughts, words, and deeds into line with Hindu Dharma. Simple one. Forgiving others is good for your health. And the last one from Gurudeva. We must begin the healing by first forgiving ourselves, by claiming our spiritual heritage, gaining a new image of ourselves as a beautiful, shining soul of radiant light. Then we can look at the world through the eyes of Hindu Dharma. Reflection. Take a moment to identify a few ways in which you could improve in forgiveness. And our third topic is quotes from Yogaswami. So we're starting with two quotes with a similar meaning and then asking the question what it means to you on both quotes together. If the chimney is full of smoke, so again this is a lamp, a wick lamp with oil or kerosene in a chimney. So it's a lamp chimney. If the chimney is full of smoke, how can the light be seen? If the mind is full of dirt, how can the soul shine? Gold is in the earth. In order to obtain it, you must collect earth and purify it. So it is with atma sakti, the power of the soul. So what do these two quotes mean to you? And my thought, the soul, the atma is within us, but we need to purify the mind to perceive it. Many Hindu practices are designed to purify the mind, which is called chitta shuddhi. So that's why we do lots of things in Hinduism. It's just to purify the mind. Even going to the temple on a regular basis. The simplest explanation is it helps us keep the mind pure. If we go there once a week. That's the benefit. Next quote, employment and everything else must be used by us with the aim of seeing God. One who lives with this aim will be content with any kind of work. What does that mean to you? My thought, if we can avoid looking at some tasks as not relating to helping us see God, then we avoid becoming discontent when doing those tasks. So Yogaswami is saying everything we do, we should look at as helping us see God. Don't leave anything out. How can we, this is my question, based on that quote, how can we achieve the perspective of employment and everything else must be used by us with the aim of seeing God? What is your answer? How do we end up holding that perspective when doing these various tasks? Somebody's working hard there. My thought, look at it as helping others and as improving our concentration and willpower. So ideally, everything we do, we can look at it as helping others, helping society, and we can do it in a way where we're improving our concentration and willpower. Then it's moving us closer to God. Oh, thank you very much. Oh.